Welcome back, Clashers. I am your host, Halo Okraheads. We're talking about warring with the hero down. Actually, this is a hero swag, so there it is. And the next one, I have a hero down. They're only attacking with one hero, but here is the hero swag. Now, this is a very unique army, and Simper he didn't just blindly do this, he thought about this systematically. This is the second attack on this base, and he learned that. I'm going to show the second attack later, but here is creating the funnel. Now, what is he doing with 3 golems? What in the world? This is like, before watching this, I was like, this is going to be a fail. What in the world is he doing? Then I realized his strategy. Now, note, there is a hound in the clan castle, and he knows that. And because of that, he's putting all of his ground units here in this core, and he's going to bring 2 jumps. So those 3 golems, with the help of the bowlers and the king, are going to take down this whole entire section. Very cool stuff. And on the opposite queen side, he's going to drop some dragons to take that down. But this is amazing strategy and planning. And this is what I'm talking about, how each base is very specific. And if you can kind of read a base like this and scout it to where you come up with this idea, you are skilled indeed. And you should be proud of yourself, because this was very good, very creative. And again, you don't always have to use the same army comps as everyone else, like Queen Walks at Town Hall 9 or La Lune, Gobo, all those, the Go Hobo, things like that. There comes the dragons in. Their job is to take down that enemy queen. Ooh, he loses one to a dark mine. That's unfortunate. Maybe baby dragons could have been better in case of that. But that last one is going to stay up. I doubt he has any more air traps over there. And look what's going on. Yes, the bowlers kind of got stuck on the wall and the king is dead, but because there's so many golems and the clan castle is doing nothing, obviously the hound is pointless, those golems by themselves are able to take down all those defensive units. And in this last section, he brings a hound and a haste and some loons to take care of this kind of very tough section with the Teslas, the wizard tower, and that air defense. And look at that, my friends. Complete annihilation. And look, lo and behold, the queen has not even been placed down. Simper is going to swag a queen against a maxed out Town Hall 10, I believe it was. I think the heroes might have been maxed or near max, but it didn't matter. The defenses were maxed up. And this was beautiful. Again, this is props. I mean, this is one of the coolest, most creative, most fundamental attacks I've ever seen, because he understood the clan castle, he understood how to take care of the queen, and there is the queen swag. And look at that. Beautiful stuff. Oh my. I just love it. We're going to just dwell on that for a second. But here we go. I'm going to show you the first attack on this base. And this hopefully you watch replays. I've talked about this. You've got to watch your teammates replays on bases. So this is a typical strategy used. This is a queen walk, I think it's a bowl. I think he has bowlers in the clan cast, if I remember right. If not, then it's just going to be a queen walk La Lune. So he does have bowlers. So he's doing a bowler walk. Interesting here. I'm not sure about that. Not quite enough bowlers there to take count that kind of northern section. Probably not the best, but it's okay. You win some and you lose some, and the king is all by himself. I would have actually put the king down and then had the bowlers behind it. That way, those bowlers would have stayed alive a lot longer. So this is a typical attack when you're seeing this base. Obviously, he didn't know it was in the clan castle, so it definitely helps to know that. You can tell there is a hound in the clan castle. And honestly, this would have been a 3-star if he just kind of had look at that. Look at this last expo. That's really going to damage him. He didn't really funnel the loons quite well enough. And so because of that, the queen's going to get locked onto the hound, and there you go. Failed city. Time might have run out anyway. Anyways, we're moving on here. This is without a king. So just to let you know, you can 3-star armies, bases without a queen, and it can be done because air is super powerful. I think air is the best way to go if you're down a hero in war. You can definitely do it and really do a lot of good for your clan. He's using bowlers in the clan castle, which I always recommend at Town Hall 9. I know people might not want to, but they're the most dominant unit at Town Hall 9 because there's no Inferno Towers. I would, however, probably put a heal on those bowlers just because I think he misplaced it. I think he brought the heal for his bowlers, but I think he misplaced it unless he wanted it for the loons, but it would have been better on the whole bowlers as they would have been able to take down more of those Teslas and things like that. But Now, the air portion actually wasn't too bad. The funneling, he was very quick on the loons, which I really like, but a little slow here on some spells. You see that whole core section? He needs to already have haste down and that heal down. A little misplacement as well, and those little mistakes could actually ruin an entire raid. That air sweeper is locked on to those loons, but thankfully, he's just got enough tanking he's got a whole hound left, and the loons he's got a lot of loons as well. So very fortunate for him at the end. And, it's a solid attack. With the hero down, oh yes, solid 3-star from Dilbert. It doesn't, even if you make mistakes like that, you can still threat. So just be aware, you can 3-star bases at Town Hall 9 without a hero. So just keep that in mind. I would use the Laloon portion if you're going to do that, because it's really powerful now in the meta. Moving onward, my friends, some more Town Hall 10s. Now this is a low hero Town Hall 10. This is a maxed out base, I believe, except for the walls and heroes, obviously. But defensive wise, I think everything's maxed out. That is very difficult when you only have level 17 heroes. I mean, that's very hard to do. You can tell here, look how wide his funnel is. Look at that. So what he's ensuring is that the rest of his bowlers and all the bowlers would go into the core. Unfortunate, his golem to the north did not hop in. Just maybe a little misplacement on those wall breakers. But even with the golem being stuck on the wall up north, he's still going to be able to get this 3-star. Now, however, I think in this instance, it's good to bring a heal for your bowlers and your kill squad. I find raging in a heal and using a heal on the kill squad is actually very beneficial, because bowlers are really powerful. If they had just stayed up a little longer, they would have broken through the walls and done a lot more damage to the base. Yes, he has 3 heals for his hogs, but I still like using a heal on that bowler section. Now, when you're looking at Town Hall 9s, make sure you're scouting the areas for double giant bombs. Where he put his heal there were no double giant bombs. And look, all of his... oh, man. Lone survivor. No, all of his hogs died with that double giant bomb. So try to pre-place, like if you see your hogs going into a section where it could be a double giant bomb possibility, and especially if you have 3, put it down there rather than somewhere that doesn't have it, because this came down to the wire, and luckily the queen was still alive to get that 3-star in the cleanup. So solid stuff nonetheless. I mean, it was definitely dicey there for a second, because his whole entire goal, all of his hogs got annihilated pretty much with that one double giant bomb. So we are moving right along. I'm going to actually show here, this is a fail and what went wrong. I think this will help you, and just realize that funneling and making sure you bring enough wizards to do this is very important. So he chose, usually Simper actually brings a lot more up for funneling issues. He brought 1 baby dragon, but you're going to find out that he just didn't clear that gold storage to the right quite quick enough. See that gold sword where that wizard is on? If he had 1 more, because what's going to happen is he needs to drop his bowlers down, but he failed to do so. Kind of the wrong placement for the bowlers, and because of that one small mistake, you might think, oh, it's not going to be a big deal, they'll get it done. No, the bowlers needed to be in the core there. They would have ripped through with a rage. They would have ripped through that archer tower. Not archer tower, that air defense, that wizard tower there, and probably gotten that second air defense down as well. So just goes to show, even try to make sure, if you're bad at funneling, bring extra troops to funnel, if that makes sense. It's worth it to not bring 2 loons, 2 extra loons or something. Bring more funneling troops if you have a really hard time of doing it, and if you're still learning. Because you might as well, if you fail early on with your funnel, you're never going to get that 3-star. I mean, you could. Oh, look at that, guys. Oh, unfortunato. This is what happens when you don't have haste going against air sweepers. They are just being annihilated. I see this a lot, having air sweepers and Teslas together. Oh, that's very sad indeed. It's funny to watch, sad to see at the same time. So, anyways, we're bringing you another Simper Ute attack. This time, you can tell he's gonna make the funnel really dominant here. So he's starting wide on the funnel, outside in. That's always important to do so if you can. Start outside, and then as your troops, your wizards will push inward, and that way the outer perimeter structures will not distract those bowlers and everything will go into the core. You can tell they are already going to path to the core with the golems and the king and the bowlers. He's about to put the rage down, and he's going to put a heal. So he's putting tons of spells on his kill squad, because he realizes that these bowlers are very powerful, and under rage and heal, they're going to decimate, destroy, decapitate this entire, pretty much half the base. So very powerful stuff. That's why bowlers are all the rage right now. Actually, they've always been the rage. What am I talking about? You got to use bowlers at Town Hall 9. Using some haste there. Unfortunately, it didn't get both sections, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. He's got a lot. He's got one more hound left and plenty of loons at that. But look at this. This base is destroyed. You already know this is going to be a 3-star. There's no failing in this base at all because there's nothing that Defender can do. He only has one tough section left, this last wizard tower area. But he's got he's got plenty of loons left for back-end loons to distract the hounds. To distract the wizard tower. And there you go. Perfect 3-star attack from Semper Ute. Amazing stuff indeed for the 3-star. That's the Gobo Lalo, which I think is probably the most dominant attack at Town Hall 9 right now, over even the Go Hobo, over Queen Walks, things like that, because air portion is super powerful. Now here's a base. Obviously, I think this base is trying to protect the air defenses. However, not a big deal. Tino 13 coming in with the super wide funnel. This is what I'm talking about. Look how many units she used, or not she, he used, I believe, to get that funnel in. Quite a few indeed. Almost a little too late on those bowlers. It could have been very dangerous, but it doesn't matter. They will path eventually towards the core and taking down the enemy queen and the CC. So that's what I'm talking about, the wide funnel. If you have a hard time, bring those extra wizards to make sure you get that funnel in, because there's nothing worse than failing because of a funnel issue. Now this time the attacker brought a 2 rage instead of that heal to heal up his bowlers. I mean, obviously it worked out for the 3-star, but I still think healing the bowlers is probably the best bang for your buck, because you also heal your king and your queen to keep them alive longer. But it doesn't matter. He's going to have an extra rage for the air portion. And here comes, a little tough section right there. Look at that tough section with the Teslas and the wizards and the air sweeper. Needs to put that rage down. Is he going to do it? A little misplacement on the rage. No, that's unfortunate. I always hate when that happens. So, it happens. You kind of have to just wing it from there on out. There's one last tough section, and there's no loons for the back end, but luckily he has a haste to get through that section. And the queen actually took down that wizard tower, so it didn't even matter. Gonna swag a haste. Doesn't even need it. Solid stuff. Guys, thanks for watching these Town Hall 9 attacks. Hopefully they help you in learning how to take down bases. The Gobo Lalo is the way to go. Start learning how to do air, and I think you'll get a lot of triples these days. We'll see you next time. Halo.